Male chimpanzees defend their community's territory against neighboring chimp communities and will kill members of other groups. They will also attack and kill other animals trespassing into their territory. If you want to see these fascinating animals in action, you're at the right place, so let's get started. Number 14. Chimpanzee eating monkey. It's incredible to see how aggressive chimps can be. You can see this chimp digging into this dead monkey. Chimps are not the friendly vegetarians we were told they were. They do eat a diet made up mostly of fruits, but it's obvious they are omnivores and will eat other animals. These chimps are on the lookout for the colobus monkey, one of their favorite foods. The male colobus attempts to scare the chimps away. Even though he isn't much bigger than they are, he fearlessly continues and shouts at the rest of the team. Reinforcements arrive and they intend to complete the task. The whole family gets involved in the hunt. There is a lot of action high up in the trees as this chimp is looking for food. The little monkeys panic, and for good reason, when a chimp snatches one of them up. Chimps have sharp teeth, but to kill prey, chimps hit their prey with lethal force against a hard surface. They're extremely strong, so a small monkey like the one in this video has no chance of surviving. Number 13. Chimpanzee fighting. Some chimps at the Los Angeles Zoo seem to be agitated and nervous for some reason, and it could be because some of the males are not getting along, but it's not clear. This video takes place once again at the Los Angeles Zoo and involves the same chimps, and it seems like two chimps have ganged up on another chimp, beating and slapping the chimp, eventually pushing him off a cliff. This adult chimp has snatched a baby chimp and has climbed a tree and is beating the poor baby chimp. Other chimps are trying to prevent him from doing so, but the chimp pushes them around. I guess he's the new dominant male and is killing the previous dominant male's offspring. A power struggle is going on between these chimps as some of them try to impose their rules. The chimps chase and harass one another, and it's not clear what's going on except for the fact that there is a lot of confusion and commotion. The common chimpanzee has an omnivorous diet, a troop hunting culture based on beta males led by an alpha male, and highly complex social relationships. Adult common chimpanzees, particularly males, can be very aggressive. They're highly territorial and are known to kill other chimps. Chimpanzees also engage in target hunting of lower order primates such as the red colobus and bush babies, and use the meat from these kills as a social tool within their community. Cooperative hunting and meat sharing are hypothesized as fundamental to human life history adaptations and biological success. Wild chimpanzees also hunt in groups, and despite the potential of inferring ancestral hominid adaptations, it remains unclear whether chimpanzee hunting is a cooperative act. In this video, the expert here shows support for cooperative acquisition in wild chimpanzees, since hunters are more likely to receive meat than bystanders, independent of begging effort. Engagement in prey searches and higher hunt participation independently increase hunting success, suggesting that coordination may improve motivation in joint tasks. We also find higher levels of urinary oxytocin after hunts and prey searches compared with controls. Experts conclude that chimpanzee hunting is cooperative, likely facilitated by behavioral and neuroendocrine mechanisms of coordination and reward. If group hunting has shaped humans' life history traits, perhaps similar pressures acted upon life history patterns in the last common ancestor of humans and chimpanzees. Number 12. Chimpanzee attack raccoon. Zoos demonstrate both the beauty and cruelty of the animal kingdom. A raccoon became trapped in the chimp cage at the St. Louis Zoo and was unable to escape. The chimps were harassing the intruder, throwing it around and sending it flying. Initially, the chimps surrounded and pursued the defenseless raccoon as it attempted to flee. The raccoon dashed across a large boulder, narrowly avoiding the grasp of the primates. One monkey, on the other hand, grabbed its tail and threw it across the enclosure. Another chimp caught the raccoon by the tail as it attempted to flee through a drain pipe. Someone speculated the raccoon's head got stuck in the drain pipe. It is possible that this is how it got in. Another chimp began punching the raccoon when it was defenseless. What a shame. Allow it to leave. Allow it to pass. Some people found the raccoon fight amusing. I'm not sure if that was intended to be humorous, because seeing a live creature in distress, even if it's a pest like a raccoon, is never enjoyable. Raccoons are notorious for sticking their noses where they don't belong, with the following results. The chimps gave the raccoon a piece of their mind because it had not been invited into their enclosure. Number 11. Chimpanzees kill squirrel. In our thumbnail, we can see a chimp with the body of a squirrel. Well, half a body, so it looks like the chimp has ripped out and eaten half the squirrel and is getting ready to eat the rest. The squirrel in this video takes a beating when chimps grab hold of it and slams it against the ground. It's safe to say that the squirrel is dead. A squirrel is chased by 4 chimpanzees at the San Francisco Zoo. For a while, they play around with it. After that, one of the chimps bends over, bites and kills it. Then again, he hasn't finished either. He holds the squirrel up to the crowd and shows it off. I guess he figures he might as well put on a good show for humans if he's going to be their source of entertainment. These chimps have found a squirrel and surrounded it. But when one of the chimps takes the squirrel in his hands, he is startled and smashes it against the ground. I guess the squirrel bit him. Number 10. Chimpanzee versus snake. When these chimps spot a snake in their enclosure, they chase it into the water and then try to look where it went, but the snake is nowhere to be seen. The chimp in this video follows one simple rule. All snakes, no matter how small, pose an existential threat and must be removed by all means available. Sometimes this means enlisting the help of other caregivers. In case you're wondering, this sanctuary is surrounded by 1,500 feet of rattlesnake barrier, but smaller, less harmful snakes live within the chimp's 2-acre enclosure and occasionally get into the indoor enclosures. The chimps in this enclosure try to shoosh a snake away, and the snake doesn't need too much convincing as it swims away while the chimps watch it. Number 9. Chimpanzees chase cat. These chimps are not playing follow the leader. They are chasing a cat that somehow found itself in their enclosure. It's obvious by now that chimps don't like trespassers, so this cat better find a way to escape, and fast. Apparently the cat was caught unharmed, and it was later discovered that it was pregnant. In this video we can see a play session between a chimp and a kitten which was taken at a primate rescue center. These are not pets, they are victims of the bushmeat trade, and the filmmakers want to assure everyone that none of the animals in this video were hurt. Number 8. Chimpanzee versus birds and fruits. The chimps at Belfast Zoo catch a bird that flew into their enclosure, and without seeing how it happened, one of the chimps holds the dead bird in his hand at the end of the video. Ripe fruit makes up a large part of the wild chimpanzee diet. The scientific name of the brightly coloured fruit this female chimpanzee is snacking on is Chrysophyllum lacotianum, and it is known locally as bamboo. This fruit is popular with many denizens of the forest, including chimpanzees, gorillas, elephants, and people. Number 7. Chimpanzees eating ants and crabs. This little chimp loves hanging around near trees because there are always lots of ants to be found. She's still in the quarantine area with another chimp because these are rescue chimps, but is already sharing her days and nights with a small group of 3 other orphan chimps. This smart chimp is using pieces of grass to pull ants from a hole to eat. This demonstrates how intelligent and crafty chimps are. Chimpanzees have a mainly vegetarian diet, but do occasionally eat meat. Researchers at the University of Zurich have now shown for the first time that chimpanzees also eat crabs. The chimp in this video can be seen searching for the smaller critters in a small puddle of water. Number 6. Chimpanzee versus duiker and monkey. Chimpanzees are omnivores like us. They often hunt monkeys and other small mammals like this duiker in the Golugo Triangle. These males probably cooperatively hunted the duiker and are now sharing the meat. This video shows chimpanzees of the Sonso community from the Budongo forest in Uganda, sharing and consuming the carcass of the duiker they have just killed. The 2 chimpanzees featured in the video are high-ranking adult males, and the individual in possession of the carcass is the alpha male. Number 5. Orangutans fight. It's not every day one manages to capture footage quite as dramatic as this. The orangutans were face-to-face in open combat. They would grapple one another, no doubt inflicting some injuries. This would last for several minutes until one would go further into the forest and there would be a lull in the confrontation. There were times when both came down to the ground, one aggressively pursuing the other before going back up into the trees. What was interesting was that during the conflict they would occasionally stop to rest. So obviously this activity takes a lot of energy. Long calls and branch cracking perforated the performance. This encounter went on for over 2 hours before one orangutan, realizing the other had the upper hand, made his way further into the forest and was not followed. In this rare footage, 2 big orangutan males are seen fighting. They look like 2 Greco-Roman wrestlers trying to pin each other down. With their leader trapped by the flood, Chaos breaks loose on Orangutan Island as many orangutans fight for dominance. Will their leader be able to make his way home and take back control of the group? He can be seen trying to find a way to get across the water, and he finally does, putting order back in the community. An orangutan attacks another one to protect her offspring. The attacking orangutan was playing rough and wanted to snatch the little guy from his mother, so Mom defended her son. Number 4. Orangutan versus Otter. In a zoo environment, an orangutan fends off some mischievous otters. The orangutan looks like orangutan royalty with his long strips of fur draping down his body. The animals look like they are playing as the otters can be seen walking towards the primate as if they were going to teach them something. But all the orangutan cares about